I know y'all been wanting me to eat this up. Y'all been a lot of guys have been wanting me to go live on this Tomi Lahren topic. Give me 1 second to make sure everything's balanced and good to go. It's a topic that is important because it just goes to show you that women aren't as happy as they claim to be. They're just they're really sad. Give me a second, guys. They're really frustrated and bitter and you know they're not doing well. When I seen this rant, and I'm gonna break it down word for word. I'm gonna break it right down, and we're gonna go through this whole thing. I actually uploaded the full thing if you want to watch it again or whatever. It's on my second channel, the Darius M podcast. Excuse me, the Darius M Network channel. So I'll put that up for you guys. Give me 1 second. Make sure you guys donate to the church. Support the stream. I do this for you brothers, man. All for you guys. Right? You guys got to understand something about women. Just because she's attractive, just because she has blonde hair, just because she's this pageant-looking chick from South Dakota, does not mean that she has her life together. Doesn't mean she's happy. Doesn't mean she's, at a place where she is content. And I told you guys, women are defined by relationships. Which means if she's not in a successful relationship as a female, as a born biological woman, what's going to happen is she's going to be frustrated and bitter. Shout out to Mike Liv. Shout out to TJ McAvoy Jensen. Shout out to brother Ralphie. Shout out to Mr. J MGTOW. Shout out to all you brothers and all the moderators. Shout out to all the men in here. Great to see you, man. And we're going to dive into this because a lot of people, I'll put up the Cash App and all that stuff like that. Moderators, could you guys help me out with that while I talk and give you guys this work? All right, shout out to Mr. Joe. Thank you for contributing. We're going to break this thing, all this down. It's going to be good. Very good, funny, enlightening show. Because this is what a lot of women are feeling. This is how a lot of women feel when they're not in that relationship that a man's got to take care of them. Now, to give you some background about Tomi Lahren, she identifies as a conservative. She talks about politics. When something goes off in the media or in the world, she gives her take on that. And she's, you could say, quote unquote, successful. But what she's not successful in is her relationship. A man. Now, Tomi Lahren was married. Oh, excuse me, she's been engaged. We'll get into all the tidbits and everything. But she's been engaged. And she called off the engagement for something goofy. She was engaged to a Brandon Frick. And she broke it off with him. Why, I have no clue. Something about some financial stuff. But nevertheless, we're going to get into this video because he's gone and done with. Now, when this was brought to my attention, she looks like the, typical blonde girl that can get a man, that can keep a man. But a lot of women, they don't realize is your attitude and the way you come off is what will keep a man around. This is why women with bad attitudes, that have this independent diva, I went to school, I got a career, I got this and that. This is why they're not successful in relationships. This is why they're not married. And you can hear how she talks and how she acts Now, granted, look at her. Very attractive girl. I'll admit that. I've been with good-looking girls like her. I'll kid you not. They're not hard to find. And that's for a different video. These women are not hard to find and not hard to get with. But what I noticed about these women is she's not a solid 7. Let's up that. She's not a solid 7. Let's be honest. Don't try to listen. Don't try to cut these chicks short as far as appearance. She's not a 7. Okay, let's keep it 100. Because I guarantee you're not walking around with a chick who looks like this. But that's for a different subject. That's for a different subject. All right. So here's the thing. And yes, you can say take off the make off and lashes, but she's not a 7. That's just. But this is a whole different thing, right? That we're gonna talk about. And Jeremy Warren, make sure you support the stream. This particular woman, she has a career. Now she's going to get into how her friends and is going through the same thing she's going through. So let's go play by play. We're going to dissect this whole thing because a lot of people just look at the surface stuff. This is why I love when women talk. I like when women talk because they expose their hand. Women are very passive in the things they say. Even Tomi Lahren. Let's get to it.
What's up? I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important. So, waiting for you guys to get here. So, normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time. But something, as of recently, has been on my mind. And I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to...
Now, just off that, a man does not want necessarily a teacher. A man, a quality man. I don't care if my woman inspires anybody. I'm going to keep it 100. Shout out to Mr. Terrell Torrance. Thank you, brother, for contributing. I was watching that video last night. Thank you, Terrell. Love you, brother. Guys, make sure you support the stream. Donate to the church. Men don't want a teacher or somebody who's going to inspire the world. A quality man wants a high value quality man wants a woman who's a helper, who's around the house, who does this, who does that. Yes, her attitude makes her a 3, but she's not a 7. Come on, guys, because I guarantee you're not walking around with a chick who, on an appearance level, looks like Tomi Lahren. I know you're not. Let's just keep it 100. Let's not. This is not. Oh, I'm against women. Stop. Get your head out of the clouds, because I'm around these type of women a lot. Trust me. But let's stick to this, okay? So yes, physically she's very attractive. I mean, to me, you guys are anti-female, and you're like, oh, she's a 4. No, she's not. She's not a 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, let's just keep 100. But again, her attitude is horrible. Now, when she said, I want to help her, or she's a helper, or somebody's going to inspire somebody, that's what men are supposed to do. Right? Men inspire the world. Shout out to Aqua Dragon. Men do that. I don't want a woman who is inspirational, and because inspirational people or chicks are the ones who are usually out and about, are very opinionated, like Tomi Lahren is. Men want a helper, a housewife, ultimately a woman who's going to shut her mouth and keep quiet when she's supposed to. Let's continue.
To be better. So, with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys.
See how she goes to all the men out there, but the boys. Isn't it funny how they try to shame men because they're not getting their way? Now, I was talking to a female earlier, And I was like, this is the type of female who's getting ran through by a lot of guys and who wants a certain type of guy, but that guy does not want to commit to them. That's all this is. Guys, if a woman has been single for a long time, or she starts complaining about men are trash or whatever the case may be, it's because the men who she wants don't want to commit and be with her. That's the number one reason. So before we move any further, it's because the men that Tomi Lahren wants, those men don't want to commit and be with her. Again, high value quality men do not want an opinionated woman who talks too much. Yes, Tomi Lahren, your career turns high value men off because they don't want a bossy chick. Let's continue.
This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own
the summer of canceling boys. Okay, let's go.
personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36.
Now, when she says 24 to 36, what? Now she had a point where 24, but when she hits 24 to 28, 30, when 30 years old, that's basically the cutoff. Because you ain't getting no quality man when you hit 30. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's not a lot of post-war women who are 30 years old who are like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a quality man. I'm looking to settle down. Dudes ain't really ain't trying to settle down when they hit 30, 35, 40. Let's be honest. At least when they hit 35. And Tomi Lahren's 27. So what's happening is she's at that age. Tomi Lahren is at that age, at age 27, when this video is made. She'll be 28 real soon. Somebody go look up her birthday. I don't know when her birthday is, but she'll be 28 soon. And she feels the wall approaching. She feels on the 11th of this month or next month? August, September, come on, guys. Right? So she is going to feel that pain of her going to a lot of different weddings, her being a plus one at a wedding, but she's not actually married. So so within a few days, she'll be 28 years old. The clock is ticking for a lot of women. And you'll see a lot of bitter women coming out like this. Now, she just has the nerve to say it, but this is how women feel when they get in their late 20s and they like, man, I ain't married. I ain't settled down. I don't got no dude to take care of me. This is what you're going to start seeing a lot of, guys. Let's continue.
We've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on.
Now, they're attractive. I believe you, Tomi. They're attractive. You said they're successful. I don't care about a woman being successful. Because here's the thing, and this is what women don't understand. Just because you're a successful woman doesn't mean anything to a man. Because a man who has his life together, who's actually successful, who's making moves, who can take care of himself, unless you're going to give me your paycheck, Tomi Lahren, unless any of you independent women are going to give me your paycheck and pay the bills and do all this stuff like that, you telling me you got a job over here, you telling me you working in corporate America, you telling me you working here, you got this money, that don't mean nothing. Because you ain't breaking me off no bread. So guys, when y'all hear women say, oh, I'm successful, I'm independent, you say, okay, so how's that going to benefit me? What are you going to do for me? Are you going to give me that bread? Because here's the thing, when push comes to shove, you won't want me to pay for everything. So she says her friends are successful and attractive. High value men don't care about a woman's success unless you're putting money in his pocket, which majority of women don't want to do because they're selfish. Let's continue.
Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And
so she says every single one of them have an issue with men. What does that tell you? Now, birds of a feather flock together, and I'm quite sure all the women in Tomi Lahren's circle are attractive. I will give her that. But we're talking about the inside, her mannerisms. Is she a feminine woman? You can tell she's a bossy chick. If a woman is having issues constantly over and over again with men, that means she's the problem.
And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale, I mean, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us.
No, it is you. It is you women. And here's the thing. I don't think she has a lot of friends. Thank you, brother Horner. It has been a while. Thank you, brother, for contributing. Love you, man. I don't think it's... See, here's the thing, guys. I honestly don't think Tomi Lahren has a lot of friends. I honestly don't. Maybe she has 2 or 3 or maybe 4. But not a whole bunch of friends like she claims she has. I honestly don't believe that. I don't. So she's trying to basically deflect and say, well, all my friends are having these issues. No, let's focus on you, Tomi. Keep it on you. Because I can go out and say, oh, all my guys, all my dudes that I hang with in my social circle, man, we all having issues with women. You know what people gonna look at like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? I mean, if you're so successful and attractive and all, what's wrong with y'all? People gonna look at me like, yo, so Darius, you're tall, you got this going on, et cetera, et cetera. Why you successful with women? Why you don't got no girl? Same thing with this Tomi Lahren is saying. Same thing. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you're having issues with women, maybe you need to get around married women. And that's what I told you guys in videos on my main channel. If you're dealing with a woman and you see her as your potential main chick that you can be consistent with, ask her this: what type of friends do you have around? Are they married or are they in long-term relationships? Because you got to understand, if those women are not in long-term relationships or married, your girlfriend eventually will drift off and be bitter with those women. Those women go try to keep your girlfriend or your woman single, your main chick single, and say, all men are trash. So Tomi Lahren, who she needs to get around is women who are married. Women who are in successful long-term relationships. And I ain't talking about for 3 years. I'm talking about for at least a decade. Let's continue.
It might be you. It might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the...
Why can't women just take accountability for their actions? Have you guys ever heard of a woman taking accountability for her actions or her shortcomings or whatever? I've never heard of it. Like maybe a couple times in my life. But they never do. It's always men. It's always men.
Range of about 20. Like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. They're trash all over this country, and the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you. And these are some of the things that I've experienced, and these are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just going to lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So the first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. I've made notes. This is how invested I am in this, because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now. First question for men.
Let me tell y'all something about female nature. Okay, let's dig into this real quick. When a woman goes on a rant like this, and she did this a couple days ago, when a woman does this out of the blue, what's happened is she's been pumped and dumped recently. Just think about this, guys, because remember, women are in the moment. They're in their feelings. They're in their emotions. So when something happens, and she said she's been thinking about it for 2 weeks. No, this happened recently. Women act on emotions. They live in the moment. So whatever happened 2 days ago when she posted this, a day or 2 days ago, some guy that she really, really liked and really wanted to be with said, "I don't like you. You're undateable." Or he probably just hooked up with her, smashed her, and it was like, "Okay, this ain't gonna work out, Tommy." I guarantee you, Chad or maybe Tyrone, because hey, Tommy has taken pictures with some black rappers. She's taking pictures with some black dudes. So she's been pumped and dumped recently. Some guy hung out, hooked up with her, and said, "You know what? I'm good." And now she's upset. It's kind of like, guys, if you see a woman on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, or Instagram, and she starts posting all these statuses about, oh, men is this, or no, it's because just that recently, probably that day or the day before, what's happened is some guy that she really liked hung out, sold her a dream, slept with her, and said, "All right, that's it. I ain't trying to deal with you no more." Shout out to Mr. Tennessee 101. Love you, brother. He says, "Been on my grind super heavy the past few weeks. Glad I finally caught a late live stream. Throwing a few shekels your way, brother. Supporting the brothers. Thank you, Mr. Tennessee 101. Love you, man." All the moderators. Shout out to TJ McAvoy Jensen. Love you too, brother. Let us continue.
If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean...
It's so many issues she's going to talk about, but I don't want to keep stopping it. She says if you remotely like a girl, you're supposed to ask yourself, am I single? Well, here's the thing. The guys that she's attracted to are players, guys. This is all this is about. The guys that Tomi Lahren find attractive usually have a stable of men. Thank you, Brother Ralphie. Tomi Lahren is going for the top 10% of men. And those men don't have to commit. That's what you women don't understand. You're going for the most attractive, successful top 10% of guys, and they have the pickings. And just because you have your political career and you're on TV and you're doing this and that and you're a blonde in shape girl, listen, the top 10% of men, they're around all types of blondes in shape women. So Tommy, who are you? Who are you? Let's continue this.
Are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced? Are you actually single? That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked. And ladies, you should be asking it, because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing you is actually...
Are you single? Let me tell you this. Do you know how many women have back burner guys? Do you know how many women are talking to 5, 6, 7, 10 dudes? Do you know how many women cheat? Do you know how many women have other options? Men are just playing the game right. She's mad because she's more side chick material. Just because you're blonde and you're from South Dakota and you're a slimmer girl does not mean you're going to secure that high value man, that man who's a top 10, 20% guy. You're not gonna, it's not a given, Tomi Lahren. It's not a given for any of you women. And here's the thing, too many women, you're shooting for the stars. And you're gonna be just like Tomi Lahren, getting on a live stream, ranting, and you're gonna be frustrated. Yes, listen, men have a lot of selection. We do, especially if he's high value, especially if he has options. Hey, let me say this, you can be a Tyrone, Jerome, or Pookie or Ray Ray. You still got options. So imagine if a female wants a top 10% man who's successful, who has a business, he has tons of options. Yes, a Tyrone or Pookie has options in his area. Listen, you ladies, you want it like this. You wanted your freedom, so now you have to compete. See, that's the thing about women, guys. They don't want to compete. They just want to dye their hair blonde or be a blonde or a brunette, whatever, and then show up and say hi, and then expect the guy to just cut off all his females or do whatever, and then just say, okay, I want to be with you. It don't work like that. You women got to put in the work. And your political debate show, Tomi Lahren, is not going to cut it.
Actually single. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think is very important that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out.
Now, that's something I'll give her credit for. That's something I always preach about on in my videos on the main channel. That I'll give her credit. Y'all give her a hand clap. I will give her credit for that. Because I always tell you guys, listen, stop this pen pal stuff. So this is true. Give her some credit. This is true. Right? And she told that game literally. That's why, and I've been telling you guys this. Women don't, I said this in the video actually verbatim. I feel like she's watching my videos. Women do not want a pen pal. Women do not want a guy who's going to just text them all day. And I told you this, guys, in videos. Women do not want a guy who's going to text them good morning. They want a plan. They want a dude who's going to say, hey, let's go do this. Let's hang out over here. And that's it. So I give her credit. I've been saying this stuff for a couple years. For years, actually. Stop texting these chicks in the morning. Stop doing that. That's validation. Tomi Lahren is even saying this. It's supposed to be time, date, place, cut contact. That's it. Let's continue. So kudos to Tomi.
Now, I know what you're saying, oh, it's COVID, people can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men and my friends have experienced with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly...
Now, that's a half truth because there's a whole bunch of women. Now, Tomi, you might not want that, but there's a whole bunch of women who love just sitting on the phone texting. Hey, what you up to? Hey. And you try to hang out and say, hey, let's get together and hang out. And she on some goofy stuff. Oh, I'm not free this day. I'll let you know. And she'll just keep texting you, keep talking to you. The overwhelming majority of women love that. So, Tomi, you might not be in that batch of apples, but there's the overwhelming majority of women love to be a pen pal. They love to stack up a whole bunch of dudes. I've seen women screenshot stuff and say, look at all these guys I'm talking to. They love the attention. Let's continue.
I really don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also leads me to my second point. This is going to be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet...
So I understand the plan part. Somebody said I'm 111,000 on the main channel. Guys, we grew real fast. Guys, we grew really, really. By the time y'all wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be at 112,000. Easy. I'm gaining 1,000 new subscribers per day on the main channel. Fast, right? I was just at about 11 days ago, I just hit 100,000 subscribers. So every single day, I'm gaining a new 1,000. This is work, guys. I'm putting in for you guys. And I got a lot more stuff for you guys. A lot more social experiments. Listen, we on the rise. right? Somebody joined at 100K, so y'all been there for a long time. I appreciate you guys. So Tomi is saying, make a plan. Okay, great. But what she's saying also is once she's at home, and if you text, what are you doing? Then she ain't gonna want to come out. Well, you're a prude. You think that, oh, I ain't go. Okay, so if you want to come out, then what's gonna happen? You want me to slide over your place? Once you kick your shoes off and then you sit down, you ain't going nowhere. What, dudes got lives too. Maybe I just want to hit you up and say, what you doing? See, here's the thing. She's talking about dudes who hit her up, what are you doing? Because those dudes just want to smash. I told you, WYD. What are you doing is I'm just chilling, I got the shower, let me come through, or you can come over and let's hang out. So she's been dealing with a lot of F-boys, a lot of guys who just been, trying to smash and it's been banging her. That's it. That's what she's basically telling you guys.
A day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed. Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you. I know it's...
Well, if he's saying, what are you doing? That means he wants to see you. Sometimes... let's say I just got off work at 4 p.m. And I'm like, okay, I've been thinking about this chick for a little bit throughout the day. Let me text Tomi Lahren real quick and say, what you up to? And you talking about, I don't try to go out if you don't make no plan for 2, 3, 4 days in advance. Man, get out of here, man. Your life is not that important. That I got to work my... And you notice how she said that as a man, you have to work basically to accommodate her schedule, she said. Kind of like she's a dude. Like, I got to work to accommodate your schedule to... Come on, man. No, a high-value man... See, a low-value guy would accommodate to you. A high-value man is going to say, hey, I'm free this day. I'm doing this time. Let's get together. Come on over. Or let's go over here. Let's do this. I'm not going to work around your schedule. So if you tell me, I'm not free, I can't do it. Okay, I ain't going to text you back. A high-value man does not accommodate his schedule for a woman. Ever. Period. Because he's so busy. He has stuff going on. That's like following a woman's lead and you being molded like clay. Shout out to Mr. Jonathan. Been watching you for over a week and I went through the red pill rage and recently got over it. Now I'm trying to best improve my life in all areas of my life. I'm a fellow supporter now. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Love you, brother. Listen, I do this for you guys. To get over the red pill rage, to get over your frustration. A lot of channels don't have that sort of thing. They want you guys to stay frustrated with women and whatnot. That's not healthy for you guys. Guys, before I continue with this thing, we have 252 people watching. I want 150 likes. We only have 89 likes, so we need about 60 more likes. We're going to continue this dissection of Tomi Lahren, but we got 254 people. Let's get 150 likes. Go ahead, get them up, guys. We're going to cut Tomi Lahren up. We're going to dissect her. Francisco Trinidad says, show out to support Pastor Darius for hitting 100K subscribers. Been with you since you had 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 followers. Thank you, Mr. Francisco Trinidad. Love you, man. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get to 150 at least. Let's go, guys. Get them likes up. Matter of fact, we got 254. Let's get to 175 before we continue. 175 likes, guys. Let's go. We got a lot of guys watching. We're gonna dissect this whole thing. We got 35 more likes. Let's get them up, brothers. I know you watching. I know you want me to continue. Huh? I do this for you guys, though, man. Because I love this. I love being a man. I know what you guys go through. 25 more likes, guys. Let's get them up. Okay, I'll check the cash out. Give me a second. Let's go. We got 20 more likes, my brothers. 20 more. Let's get them likes up, guys. You guys, make sure you support the stream, man. Donate to the church. If you'd like to contribute to Cash App via PayPal or Venmo, I'll put the links up. I appreciate all you guys' support, man. It means a lot because it keeps me going. We have 15 more likes, guys. Let's go. I know, guys, I know it's hard to just click the like. Ain't it kind of tough for you sometimes? You're like, man, I love Darius stuff, but I'm feeling some type of way about him. It sucks. Come on, we got what? 13 more likes. It's hard, ain't it? You like, oh man, this dear. Here, man. Here. Listen, we got 11 more likes. I know you want to do it. You want me to keep going? Let's get them likes up, guys. Somebody's sitting there like, oh, I don't want to be the one to, I don't want to be the last one to give me this. Yeah, man, here. Man, here you go, man. We have 170. We got 5 more. I know you don't want to be the one to give the last one. Guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter as well at Darius M Network. I'll put the links up. Yes, sir. We have 2 more. Oh, there we go. Let's continue.
Not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult for you to figure out. And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant.
As soon as that's like somebody saying, what if I say, I'm not racist, but I'm not a burglar, but I'm not bitter, but what are you basically saying? Yes, you are that. And a lot of people have been accusing Tomi Lahren over the years for being a feminist. She just said she's all about women empowerment and female freedom. That's what she's basically has said. But she is it's basically reverse psychology. We all know red pill thinking men know what type of woman she is. Shout out to Mr. Black Drag Kabuto. Thank you for contributing, brother. Let's continue.
Love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out because I think there are a lot of.
Notice how she said, I think men have failed her, or women and have to fail themselves. So how has men failed themselves? Because we don't want to be with you? Because the man you want don't want to commit to you? That's what this is about. So she's trying to say that as a man, you have failed yourself because I don't want to commit to Tomi Lahren or any woman for that matter. See, women don't understand this, guys. When it comes to a man committing to them, it's an investment, which means I'm going to have to put forth a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of emotional management. That's what women are. You basically have to manage your emotions. It's a lot. Women don't understand it's hard to be with you women. Women are work. Period. Point blank. Women are work. And a lot of women don't really realize that, hey, if I want to invest, then what am I going to get? What's my ROI? And if she's talking about high value men, the top 10%, top 20%, men are looking at her like, okay, what's going to be the investment? What do I have to do to deal with you? And just because a man don't want to be with you doesn't mean that we have failed ourselves or we have failed you. No, you haven't done the work to secure a man. And you can tell that she's very condescending. You can tell how her voice, and that's why, guys, when a woman, and take note of this, if you see a woman in the talk shows or The View or all these different opinionated shows, guys, the more you talk and use your voice box, the deeper your voice and raspy your voice gets. And her line of work is all about talking and giving her opinion and on panels going back and forth. Men see that, Tomi. For all you ladies, women, listen, men see that. We understand that you go back and forth and on on these different talk shows and on men are like, man, okay, that's her job, but do I want her to come home to me and trying to debate me and tell me what to do? Women do not want, men, high value men, don't want a woman who's going to debate them. Because guess what a man is thinking, the top 20% of men that she wants? He's looking at her like, oh, okay, that was a cool debate. She won a debate, but if I want to go to this restaurant, I don't want her to say, oh, I don't want to go there, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. That's what a lot of men are thinking. She gonna be, men don't like opinionated women. Period. I was talking to my main chick earlier. I said, listen, and we broke this thing down. I set her down. And a lot of you guys, if you had a main chick, you need to sit these women down and red pill these women. You need to let these women know. And I'm going to have a whole different live stream about that. Because yes, you can red pill women. Let these women know this is not how you should act. Heck, sometimes, what you need to do if you're out with a woman, you need to say, hey, you see how she acting? You see how she is? You see how her mannerisms is? That's what needs to happen.
Really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you. So I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men.
She keeps saying I'm sick of my friends. No, just say you. You trying to group your friends and to try to, deflect and put the blame on them somewhat and take the spotlight off you. Just say, that's like an in-group mindset. Just say, I'm tired of dealing with trash men. Don't say your friends, because I don't think you have many friends. Who knows?
So I'm going to help you out. Make plans. So let's go through these lists again because I know y'all love a list. Number 1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing. Value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented.
You women gonna learn. Listen, ladies, I said about 20 minutes ago, she said, men who don't see, this is the thing. This is why this whole new age movement of women empowerment it's not good for women. Because women who have, guys, I was out earlier and I was walking outside and I'm just looking at, different couples and everything. And when I see these women, they're the women who are, because I'm very observant. And I see women who have, children who's more feminine and who are nurturing. And then you see to another side of women of like 4 or 5 different women sitting at a table. And you can tell those women are single. Women don't understand. Just because you're successful, just because you have money, just because you have things going on and all this career stuff, men do not care. We care about feminine women who shut up. I'll say that again, ladies. If you want to keep a man, give us good sex, cook us food, and shut up. I'll say that again. Ladies, if you want to keep a man around, cook us some food, give us good sex on top, and shut your mouth. Which means cooperation. Which means I don't want to hear you go back and forth with me. Shut your mouth. Point blank, period. Let's continue.
Skilled, ambitious. Please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them. Please, for the love of God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there. And quite frankly, we take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5.
She says she takes that as an insult if she's found out that we're talking to how many women. Well, ladies, here's the thing. Women don't want to compete. They only want to enjoy the ride. They don't want to compete for anything. Ladies, you have to understand you're always going to compete. You can't just show up and your looks be all good and you think a man going to commit to you. Your looks will fade. Are you pleasant to be around? Women don't understand. I don't care. Like high value men, I don't care about. Matter of fact, I'll say this. High value men who have their stuff going together and have their life together, they don't even want an independent woman. I won't speak for me. I know many high value men, they don't want a woman who's independent. Let me say this. Let me put it in perspective. Let's say a girl who works at a cashier at Target, makes little over minimum wage. Who would you choose? Just think. A girl who works at Target, makes a little bit over minimum wage. She's doesn't have this independent diva mindset. She's submissive. She's fun to be around. She's pleasant. She's very feminine. Or would you want a girl like Tomi? Let's say they have the same looks. And you want a girl like Tomi Lahren who's ambitious. Listen, ladies, men do not care about ambition as from a woman. Ladies, I'm keeping 100 with you. Unless you're giving me your check and you put money in my pocket, you being ambitious and having careers and goals, that's your money because again, you as a woman are going to rely on me to take care of the bills, to take care of that check that comes. Okay, somebody said, I do want a woman that's ambitious. Okay, so what is she going to do for you with that ambition? See, women who say they're independent, guess who they want? They want a guy who's weaker than them. They want a guy who don't make that much money, a guy who ain't dotting his I's and crossing his T's. That's what type of women, or type of men these women want. That's the type of guy who they truly desire because that dude is going to worship them. It's easier to control those men. I did a video on the main channel. Why women choose losers. Men don't care about ambitious women. See, that's the thing. Women are confused because they think that, I'm going to be like a man. That does not attract a man. Ambition, drive, and a career does not attract a man. Stop calling me private, whoever's doing this. That does not attract a man. What attracts a man is femininity, food, cooperation, and good sex. That's how you keep a man. All those are masculine traits. Let's continue.
You value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends who have amazing jobs, who work really hard, but who can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on.
See? Now, see what she's trying to do, guys? She's saying all the guys that are 5, 10, 15, 20 years older than her, those dudes want to be with 21-year-olds. You know why? Because Tomi Lahren, you and your friends are approaching a wall or you're already past the wall. So those wealthy men that she's not, those high value men, those top 20% of men that she truly wants, those men are always going to go for new models. Those men are always going to go for more attractive, fertile, younger women. So you talking about your job and you talking about your career, you being ambitious, it don't mean nothing. See, that's what women don't understand. They've been sold this bill of goods. They've been sold this lie that all you got to be is be like a man. No, you need to be like a lady. And guess what? Attractive, successful men that you want, Tomi Lahren, guess who they're going to go for? Non-opinionated, ditzy, dumb women who are just going to say, okay, I'll do what you want. Okay. I want a woman who's going to say, okay, I'll do what you want, dearest. I don't want a woman that's going to say, who got a career and work whatever corporation. I don't know. That's going to challenge me on stuff. If I say, hey, come on, throw your stuff on, let's go over here eat. And I want to go to Denny's and I want to eat real quick before I smash you out and come back to the crib, that's what we're going to do. I don't want no chick that's talking about some, I don't want to go to Denny's. Oh my God, I don't want to go there. No, just throw your little flip-flops on, throw some leggings on real quick. It might be a little cold in Denny's because Denny's is real. It's the AC, they be having that like on 55 degrees. Throw your little jacket on. You don't gotta look pretty and do all the stuff like that. Come on, eat. Come on home so I can smash you out and we can watch a little movie. That's it. That's what dudes want. Period, point blank. And they want it with a more younger woman. A woman who's gonna be kind. Let's be honest. We want a woman who's just able to be molded. Tomi Lahren, no man can really mold you like that. I'm gonna take it a step further. Tomi Lahren, you're too opinionated. You talk too much. You talk too much, and I'm quite sure your friends talk too much. Your job is to talk. Your job is to rant and talk about all type of goofy stuff in the media and in the world. Men do not want opinionated women who talk too much. We want women who are quiet, who are docile, who keep their mouth shut. Because guess what? I noticed this. The women who don't talk much, once they open their mouth, how do they sound, guys? How do those women sound who don't talk too much? Because I told you, the more a person talks, the deeper their voice gets, the more raspier it gets. That's like Tomi Lahren sound. Heck, one of the top things is you can tell a woman's feminine and cooperative is the way her voice sounds. It's very soft-spoken. It's very angelic. That's what men want to be around. Men don't want to be around a raspy chick as, okay, I don't want to do this. You look like, man, get out of here. Men want a quiet, shy, passive, soft-spoken woman. And Tomi Lahren, you're not any of that. What you are is a go-getter. You're ambitious. You're driven. You're inspirational. And you're very opinionated. And you talk a lot. That's what high-value men don't want that. Quality men don't want that. Let's continue.
It's very unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling. But I would say to the men out there, kind of maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company. But
notice how she named everything she does. She doesn't have to have a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to have her own company. She doesn't have to be on TV. She named everything she basically is. You're mad because you have a PhD. Maybe that's her education. You're mad because you have a college degree, like most women. You're on TV. You own your own company. Maybe you talk a lot or whatever. You're ambitious. You're mad because men don't want to be with that type of girl. I don't know why I don't know why dudes are calling me. Why are you guys calling me? And women are mad because dudes don't want that. Point blank, period. Quality men don't want that. Low value men who don't have nothing, who can't take it themselves, that's what they want. The wall is approaching. This is why Tommy's frustrated, man. Tomi can feel that. She don't think she had kids. Heck, she's been engaged to a guy in 2019, I believe. And she called it off or whatever. She called it off. What's your name? Talk to where you from.
be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually...
What's your name? Talk to where you from. All right. Give me a second, guys. Forgive me. We'll get back to it. But she's basically saying the women. She's saying women who are more fulfilling are the women who are ambitious. That's what they're saying. Who's more fulfilling? Guys, stop calling me, please. Seriously, don't call me. I'm doing a live stream right now. All right, let's continue.
Want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're gonna need to find. Not the Tatianas who just want to look.
Forgive me, guys.
Post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever. But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. Just gonna let you in on a tip. The next thing on my list is this: consistency. It really does not help me or my friends or any woman in general if you are really cool and you're really interested when you first start talking to them, and then give it 3, 4, 5 days, and all of a sudden you're not consistent anymore. You don't make plans.
You know how many men have been through that? You know how many men have been through a woman who shows consistency, who acts like she's interested, and then what happens is she just goes ghost. You know how many men who go through that? They're texting the chick, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, she into me," and then she just goes ghost. And you're like, "What the heck happened? I thought she wanted to hang out." You know how many men that got flaked on? Here's the thing. You know how many men have actually set up dates and said, "Yo, are we still on?" And she says, "Yeah," and then she don't show up. Every single man has gone through that. Every single man on this planet who's of age, who's of legal age of 18. Heck, sometimes some 15, 16-year-olds go through that. I never forget, I got flicked on the first time when I was 14 years old. Met this girl at the mall. I was supposed to, hang out with her. The following week, I went up there and she said, "Yeah, I'm coming. I'm on the way." Then she said, "I'm here." Never forget, first time I got flaked on. And I'm looking at my phone with the little old flip phone, and I'm like, "Where you at?" And then she stopped texting me. I called her, and she picked up and hung up. I said, "Wow, I never 14 years old. I'm like, how could this never experience 14 years old flaked on? Never forget." But that's what guys are going through. Goofy crap. So when you talk about you want a man that's consistent, the overwhelming majority of women are not consistent because they're talking to tons of dudes. Let's keep it 100.
And you don't really care. You kind of fade in and out. You're talking to 5 other Tatianas. Consistency is important. Now, if you want to be inconsistent and you want to ghost and you want to fall off the radar, that's fine. But I'm going to give you a pro tip. People like me and people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after.
She keeps saying her friends. Just talk about yourself. Just say, "Hey, I go for guys who like that." See, she's going for certain type of guys. You want a bad boy alpha guy who has a lot of chicks. That's what it comes down to. You want a guy who doesn't want you. So what you probably need to do is get with a guy who's, maybe not that top 10%. Exactly. Whatever she tells you not to do, that's what you do. Because I guarantee you, everything she's telling you guys, if she says, "Oh, I want a guy who's consistent," don't be consistent, because guess what? She gonna get bored of you. If a woman says, "Oh, I want a guy who's who checks in with me, who says don't do that, because you gonna get rejected. We all know how female nature is.
We don't really care. The F's have been given, and we're kind of done. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off, and I don't.
Not the case. Women's emotions go up and down. So a woman can dislike you today, and she can be turned on by tomorrow. It happens all the time. I have women tell me they hate me, The 2 days later, they come in, they open my house, I'm smashing them out. And women tell me, "Oh, I'm not into you," and then guess what? A whole 2 weeks later, they hit me up. I had a woman say, "Oh, I'm busy this week," and I say, "Okay, listen, let me know when you're free. We'll get together then." Guess what? A whole month went by. She hit me up. "Hey, let's hang out." So when women say, "Oh, I'm turned off when you're not, consistent," women, you love inconsistency because that gives her that roller coaster range of emotions, and women need that. Listen, women don't like a guy who's always accountable and, "Hey, how's it going?" They like a guy who's here today, going tomorrow. They ain't heard from a whole 2 days. Matter of fact, that's the best type of sex you're gonna get. When you ain't contacting a woman in a day or two or 2-3 days, she hits you up. I'm confused, I'm nervous, and then she just give her all to you. Come on, man, we know how this works. They thrive in chaos. If you're not aloof on a woman, what's going to happen is she's going to like, "Oh, I'm bored with you." That goes for Tomi Lahren. That goes for all type of chicks, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, wherever you may be. Women need that sort of inconsistency. That's just how the game is. That's how they are. Let's continue.
And people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after that. We don't really care. The F's have been given, and we're kind of done. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off. And I don't care anymore. Because at one point, I probably did care. At one point, my friends, they probably did care. They probably did like you because you expressed interest and maybe you were cool and maybe you were kind of fun to hang out with. But if you're not consistent and you fall off the radar, I give you maybe 1 to 2 chances to fix that because I'm a very direct communicator. Women, this is important. I will communicate to you. If your communication isn't great, I will let you know that. I will let you know that more effort is needed. But if you don't heed that warning,
Tomi Lahren, all ladies, if you watching, if you try to tell a man that you need to put in more effort, see all this stuff that she's doing, she's acting like a CEO. You need to put in more effort. You need to communicate more. You know what a man is gonna do? Man, dude, get out of here, man. You don't tell me what. You talk to beta male weak guys like that. See, I told you guys. It's always a hidden lesson under what she's saying. She says, "I'm going to tell you." Notice how she never said, "Hey, I'm going to ask you. Hey, can you communicate a little more, baby? I'm going to tell you to communicate better. I'm going to tell you I need more effort." Let's continue.
and I have to warn you twice, I'm done.
She says, if I have to warn you, demanding that control. Listen, man, Tomi, you done. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, Tomi. I slept with chicks like you. I'm keeping 100. I slept with some blondes. Heck, I got a blonde in my video. Heck, a main guys. I'm dealing with a main chick. She's a blonde, a born blonde, not dyed. She's not like this chick. Keep 100. She's talking about, "I'll give you a warning." A warning? A warning? Dude's gonna look at you like, if you try to give me a warning, look at you like, what warning? You ain't gotta tell me to pick up the communication. You're not gonna tell me to do this and do that. You're not gonna give me no warning. I don't work for you, Tomi. Dudes don't work for you. High value men, they're not going for that at all. Warning.
At that point, because I don't really care anymore. Now I'm done. Now I don't care. And I know my friends who are watching this are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore. So let that be a warning to you. You're probably not going to circle back. They always come back. They always come back.
Yeah, we come back to smash real quick. I'm gonna keep 100. I'll come back real quick, if I'm really into you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back and see if I'm I can hit you up real quick. Hey, what you up to? Just like you said earlier in this video, in the earliest live stream, she said, "Oh, I don't want your what are you doing? What WYD text messages." See, she's basically exposing herself as a side chick. Tomi, you're not marriage material. Heck, you fumbled the football because she was with the guy who she was engaged to in 2019, but something happened with the ring of $50,000. I think maybe he got it's some issues with the money thing, but she was engaged in 2019. And guess what? Now she's single on the market. Now with this video coming out like this, do you honestly think men are gonna say, Tomi Lahren, I want to be with you. I want to settle down with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. If it was me, listen, Tomi, you can be my sugar mama. You got your little political joint going. I wouldn't tell her this verbatim, but I'd be like, listen, I see it as a gold mine, cause y'all know me. I'm a business guy. I'm not like infatuated and go head over heels for looks. I've been with blonde chicks who look just like her. Keep 100. I've been with brunettes. I've been with Asian, Hispanic. I've been with women all over the spectrum. So a woman's image and her sex game don't matter. None of that matters to me. I'm about business. How can you get me to a better place in my life financially? And sex ain't gonna freaking do it. Your looks is not gonna do it. So she's saying, oh, all my friends are going through this. She keeps saying her friends. Well, guess what? Birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm with men who burglarize cars and people look at me, they're going to think I'm a burglar. People look at your friends and they say, oh, they single and they guess what? You most likely are single and miserable. That's just it. Tomi, you're not you're not good enough for a top 20% man. Now you can slide through on me. I mean, you got that candidate money. You and your little political thing. You got your little talk stuff. Listen, slide on me real quick. You can get me some clothes, some shoes. You can put some money in my pocket. We can make that happen, Tomi. Because you're not gonna talk to me. Oh, I gotta tell you this and this and if I gotta tell you to put in effort, if I gotta tell you to communicate, if I gotta give you a warning. You give a kid a warning. A dude is gonna see that warning like, dude, man, I'm dealing with you. Let's continue.
But when you're ready to come back, I probably don't care anymore. So if you want to switch up, stay there.
Notice that listen, guys. She said, I probably don't care anymore, which means she cares. We all know how women operate. I've stopped dealing with women like for a few months, and I hit them up. Hey, what you up to? They excited to hear from me again. That's how it is. She says, I probably won't care anymore. Yes, you will care. You still do care because he left you. He stopped dealing with you. Now he want to slide back on you real quick to see if you can drop them draws.
Pro tip. My last thing on my list is also very important. Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. If you have been failed and you lost a woman of value like myself or my friends, and then
let me say this. That B word is not something that a high value man, any man for that matter, will go for. I know men in inner city out at all facets of life. Men who wear suits, men who wear Gucci belts and some Jordans. That B word listen, you get your face smacked for that. Hey, I won't do that, but I know a lot of dudes who'll do that. They do not care the repercussions. They got the bail money. So when you use that B word, point blank period, guess what? You're done. You're done. Dudes ain't gonna deal with you. Dudes ain't gonna put up with that stuff. That's disrespectful. And it just comes from even from a man. That's fighting words, point blank period. And she's saying that she's done for. She's done. You can already tell.
Don't really care anymore. Don't be a bitch. Don't be butthurt. You did it to yourself. Okay? And it's no longer my problem. Now it's become a personal problem of yours. So don't be a bitch. And by the way, if I'm no longer interested because your effort is shitty, that's not me being a bitch. That's not me being difficult. That's girls like my friends, girls that are worth a damn. You don't really have to be Brad Pitt. You don't have to be famous. You don't even...
Yes, you do. You got to be Brad Pitt. You got to no, guys. Remember the opposite of what women are saying. Yes, you have. She wants a guy like Brad Pitt. Yes, she wants a guy that's famous. Yes, she wants that. She said, "Oh, you don't have to be Brad Pitt. You got to be." Yes, you do. To her, you do. Here's the thing, guys like Brad Pitt, they don't have to put in no effort for no chicks. Guys who are successful, they don't got to put in all this crazy work and effort and call you. That's low value dudes. That's dudes who don't know their value. I don't got to put it on, because guess what? The effort that man gonna put in is in his daily life, and guess what? He gonna want a woman who's gonna just come on into his life and be pleasant. Tommy, you ain't feminine. You calling dudes bees and saying they're not no man. Men are trash, and or giving dudes warnings and if I gotta tell you this, if I gotta come on, man. You talking about low value dudes. Brad Pitt, you know what he gonna want? A woman who keeps her mouth shut. He wants a woman who's gonna be on his arm when he go to little joints or little get-togethers or functions. When he's on the red carpet, he's not gonna want a woman. See, you can already tell, guys. If you go to a red carpet little event and you with Tomi Lahren on your arm and y'all walking together, you know what? Well, as soon as Tomi Lahren see a microphone, she going da 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 da. Soon as Tomi Lahren see a microphone, da 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 da, and Brad Pitt gonna be like, listen, man, I ain't dealing with you. You can already tell. Oh, I know. She gonna be talking. The women that Brad Pitt type of dudes deal with, even myself, I don't deal with women who are talking a lot. When I'm walking down the street or in the mall or wherever the chick, guess what? The only thing the woman I'm dealing with, she says, "Where do you want to go now, baby? Where should we go now?" You can't even hear her. Or if she sees something funny, she says, hey, daddy, look. Hey, babe, look. She's really soft-spoken. She only speaks when spoken to. That's the type of women I deal with. This is the type of this type of guys I train dudes how to deal with. I say, listen, these are the type of women you should go for, guys. Men want a woman who's quiet as a church mouse. And if you're not quiet as a church mouse, if you ain't following a man's lead, if you opinionated, if you running your mouth, if you calling dudes bees and you giving dudes warnings, listen, man, I ain't checking in with you. Men want well-mannered women who shut up. Tomi Lahren, you don't shut up. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care about your PhD. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about your friends. Because I guarantee you, Tomi Lahren, you're going to be single for a long time. Long time. There's a lot of women like you. You just look a little more attractive than those women. There's a lot of women like you.
You wouldn't really have to make a lot of money or have a really fantastic job. You just have to be determined.
She said, remember, women are the opposite. She said, you really don't have to have a lot of money. You really don't have to have a fantastic job, which means you have to have a lot of money and you have to have a fantastic job. Point blank, period. Because we all know, I don't know, somebody look up Tomi Lahren's net worth real quick, please. Oh, shout out to Boosted Coyote, man. Been a minute since hit you with the red bomb. Thank you, Boosted, man. I love you, brother. Really appreciate you. Somebody look up Tomi Lahren's net worth or how much she makes annually. Thank you, Boosted. Great to see you, man. Thank you for that bomb. Shout out to Ralph. He says, whenever women say I got education, all men hear is humor is dead. She worth $3 million. Oh, shout out to Melvin Elephant. I forgot to give you your wrench from the other channel as well. Give you your moderator wrench. Great to see you, Malevolent. She worth $3 million. Is that how much she make annually? Okay, but here's the thing. How much she make yearly, guys? How much she make yearly? 200K. So she makes $200,000 a year yearly, which means she wants a guy who's going to make double that. Women don't want dudes to be with dudes, and this is how I personally, that's how the game is. Women don't want to be with dudes ultimately. Now, this is aside from the Pookie and Chad days when they just getting ran through and smashed. Women want dudes when it's time to settle down. They want a provider who makes double what they make. So the percentage of men who make $400,000 a year or more in this country are very, very slim and minute. I don't know what the percentage is. Heck, even 300K. 340K, it's very, very minute. And here's the thing, Tommy, Lauren, you got to compete with those other women. You can't just show up and be like, I make $200,000 a year. Those dudes, well, guess who they're gonna choose? They're gonna choose a woman from overseas who keep her mouth shut, named Ling Ling, that don't say nothing because he doesn't need your money. And all these independent women, y'all got this confused.
You have to be in some way successful in that you want to attain some certain kind of success for yourself. You're driven, you have goals, you can handle a woman with standards. That's not...
When you hear that word handle, just throw it away. Just throw it out. When you hear that word, I want a man who can handle me. Can you handle me? If once you hear that, man, you know she's gonna be difficult. You know she's gonna give you a headache. All this handle it's not a package. Men want a soft, elegant woman. And listen, Tommy, and all you women, you're not like that. All you want to be independent women. No man wants to handle you.
Going to turn you off, and you're going to put in the effort to be with somebody like myself or my friends. We deserve that, and we will.
She said you're gonna put in the effort, and we deserve it. You don't deserve nothing. I don't deserve nothing. I don't deserve guys supporting me. I don't deserve the success I have on the main channel, which is 111,000 and count 111,000 subscribers and counting. I don't just wake up and say, "Oh, I deserve a YouTube channel that's really that gets a lot of views. It has a lot." I don't get what I did. Just wishful thinking. You put in the work, and what you women need to understand is you need to sit down and you need to be submissive. You need to be docile. This is how you keep a man. Heck, you only got to make $200,000, $400,000 a year. That man can make $40,000, $50,000 a year. You better give him the same respect. Because even if you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, $70,000, however much, he still kick you to the curb. Respect is number one. And Tommy Lauren, this whole rant, you just bashing dudes and saying, "Oh, me and my friends." Your friends trash. You're trash. And you mad because, "Oh, I'm a blonde. I think I deserve this. I deserve." It's always that deserve. I deserve. What are you going to do to put in the work for? You work for your political candidacy or whatever the heck you got going on. You work in that. Why don't you work how to be a feminine woman?
Will not compromise our standards. I tell you this, it will be a cold day in hell when I chase a man. And I know that's the same thing for my friends as well. And if my friends are listening and they're thinking about chasing a man, please, for the love of God, do not. Because there is not one single man on planet Earth, okay, that is worth making any woman feel like she is not good enough. I don't care how hot a girl is, how smart, how successful, how rich. We have all dealt with men who treat us like we are not good enough. No, the problem is we are too enough, and you can't handle it. So those are my checklists. Again, I will go through them for you one more time in case you are just tuning in.
Tommy Lauren, and all you women who might be watching this, feel some type of way, you're going to have to chase. Tommy, and all you women, if you want a quality man, you're going to have to chase, because he's going to look at you and say, "Okay, what do I need you for?" You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I don't even have to get a woman who's who's born blonde. I can get a woman and tell her to dye her hair blonde. So what's so great about you, Tommy? Exactly. The type of man that Tomi Lahren wants, and I said this earlier in the stream, she has to chase them. You can't just sit back and no high value man and just walk in a room and be like, oh, I want him to court me. Dude, you know how many females he got? You know how many blondes he got that's chasing him? Tommy, if you don't chase, heck, again, guys, you can make 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100, however much money per year. You can work part-time. Guess what? That woman still better be chasing you. You women talking about, she wants the top 10, 20% of guys. Guess what? If you think you're going to sit back over here and be like, I got my talk show. I talk about the things in the world, in political world and stuff. I'm worth $3 million. I make $200,000 a year. Guess what? That dude who's worth $7, $8, $10 million a year, he has women after him. Matter of fact, he can make $150,000 a year. Heck, let me say this: Pookie don't got no job. Ray don't be working like that. He still got chicks chasing him. They at the bottom of the barrel. So Tomi Lahren and all you females, you think you ain't gonna chase no dudes? And I got my little job. I'm worth this. We're not gonna chase a man. So what are you supposed to do? Notice, guys, how she never said that she's what she is gonna bring to the table. Notice how she never said, "Oh, I got this to offer." Women never say that. They just say, "Oh, I want a man who's gonna do this, is all these different things." That's why she's single, because she ain't bringing nothing. Only thing she's bringing is her bad attitude, her some talk show crap, and her blonde hair. You know how many blonde? Let me say this. I'm keeping 100. You know how many blonde chicks I've been with? They're not hard to find. And I'm not talking about dyed blonde. I'm talking about born naturally blonde. It's not hard to find. Tommy. On top of that, your name Tommy. Come on, man. Tommy, did your father, mother name you that? That's a male's name. Can it be Jennifer? Can it be Sarah? Can it be Kelly? And I'm talking about real snow bunnies I deal with. Natural blondes that I deal with. Listen, guys. Karen? Can it be Brittany? Tommy out of all names? Is that her government name? Is that her real name? Listen. Jesus. Guys, make sure everybody give this live stream a thumbs up. We leaving it up, man. Thank everybody for contributing. Haley? But you gotta, hey Tommy. Hey Tommy. Like, I can't even, like, how about Haley? Can you change your name? Sound like Tommy from Martin. I just keep thinking of Tommy. I might as well just call you Tom. Thomas. Like, dudes want a pleasant woman. Heather. Becky. Rebecca. Stacy. Hey, Tommy. Elizabeth. Grace. Hope. Faith. And on top of that, I've never heard or seen a name spelled Lauren like that. Maybe, guys, she just want Olivia. Maybe she just want to be different. Because I've never seen a woman spelled Tommy, T-O-M. It's not even two M's. It's T-O-M-I and Lauren. I've never spelled her. Listen, maybe that's her actual government name. I don't know. Hannah, Stacy. Listen, you ladies got another thing coming. Kelsey, I got another thing coming. Because this is how a lot of women feel. They just think they're entitled. We're not going to chase. I'm not going to chase. So what you going to do? Just sit back and do nothing? And expect a man who makes money to chase you? What? Here's the thing. In order for me to chase something, it has to bring value to my life. In order for any man to chase something, anybody, male, females too, it has to bring value to your life. It has to be able to change your life. And Tomi, Lahren, you can't change a man's life. I can already see you, even if I try to talk to you. I look at you, I would get wind of you. You can't change my life. Are you putting money in my pocket? What are you doing? How are you going to change my life? That's the question. Men don't chase women because they don't have the capability of changing our life. See, you know the type of men who chase women? Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone's when they need a place to stay. When they need some money. They chase women down. I don't chase women. Just replace them. And Tomi, Lahren, you've been replaced. Guarantee you. This is why you're doing this. This is why you wouldn't laugh. That's why you're talking about your friends, because they keep getting replaced.